Next news item, Tesla's Elon Musk population collapse is the biggest problem facing the world. So this is a comment made at the end of the month of August. Musk was speaking with or debating against millionaire or billionaire Jack Ma at a World Artificial Intelligence Conference in Shanghai on August 29th. And so Musk, during that conversation/debate, was speaking with Ma, and he said, most people think we have too many people on the planet, but actually this is an outdated view. So assuming that AI is fine, we're assuming there's benevolent future with AI, so he's assuming that there's not going to be this kind of Terminator scenario where AI turns on humanity. So assuming that's not going to be a problem, I think the biggest problem the world will face, Musk says, in 20 years is population collapse. The biggest problem in the world in 20 years will be population collapse, Musk affirms. So this flies in the face of almost all the intelligentsia opinion, where people tend to say, well, there's too many people on the planet, that's why we have a climate crisis, we have to find ways to reduce, we have to have no children. And actually the reality is that in Western countries, populations are collapsing, we can't renew our population, which has as an effect the need to come up with these fake crises of migration, which will give countries an excuse to import hundreds of thousands of people from other countries into the workforce of the Western country that's imploding. But the ultimate result of that will be the deletion of the host culture. There won't be a Western culture left after all these other cultures storm in at such a rapid pace that they won't assimilate, they'll just take over. And that's the problem. That's the number one problem facing the West. If we have a civilization worth saving, and that's more and more debatable as we go through the news about the library, drag queen story hours, and the so on and so forth, but if we still have a civilization that's left to save, well, one way of really saving it is doing what Hungary does. And Viktor Orban in Hungary has said that procreation is our solution to population decline. Wow, that's like a genius thing to say, as opposed to mass migration and immigration, because immigration has unwanted effects. One of them being, if you bring in too many people at once from a foreign culture, well, you're not going to be able to assimilate them, and they'll just turn your country into their country of origin. And if their country of origin was a basket case country, well, then that means your country will turn into a basket country as well. So that's going to be the big challenge, according to Elon Musk, in the coming years, is that if we want our culture to continue, all these technological advances, they're built on a foundation of Western civilization. And what is that? Well, it's Christianity, it's rationalism, reason, respect for reason. It's the universities, it's believing in a created order that makes sense. So all these things risk being plowed under by other cultures that don't share those beliefs. And if that happens, well, our culture will be gone. And that's a bad thing. Unless that's what needs to be done to get rid of all the problems that we're starting to accumulate, because right now Western civilization is obviously in decay. And maybe, like ancient Rome, it was just time for it to disappear so that something new will reappear. But it's always tough to see a civilization go, and population collapse is just one of those signs that it is going.